Mrs. Hamburger had a beef with everyone. We found that out the day she moved in across the small lake I grew up on, suburbs of Detroit, Michigan. You could hear the echoes of her screaming. It was probably at the movers, just like emanating across the lake. The words were kind of blurry, but the tone in her voice, the volume, it was scary. And at 8 years old, I knew to stay far away from that woman. And I did pretty good for 6 years, until the winter that I was sledding with my friend Irving, who lived next door to the Hamburgers. Now, we were having a great time. There was 8 inches of just beautiful, fresh, white snow that had fallen across the lake, which I walked across, and we're just having a blast. And then, like, out of nowhere, little Douglas Hamburger was, like, sledding with us. Now, Douglas Hamburger, he took after his mother, but kind of in an inward, temper tantruming sort of a way. But it was okay for about 10 minutes. He seemed kind of nice, until from the top of the hill, we watched Douglas sled down and just take this crazy wipeout, tumbling, a puff of snow goes up in the air. And when he gets up, his face is beet red. There's tears coming down his eyes, snot falling out of his nose, and he comes stomping up. He's like, "You guys pushed me. You made me fall. I'm telling my mother." And off he went, stormed into his house. Now, if the term WTF had been around back then, that was the moment Irving and I were having for about 3 minutes until the real storm blew in. And in this case, we heard the thunder before the lightning. Screaming, she came out at us. And when I saw Mrs. Hamburger first time, "Nice to meet you, Mrs. Hamburger," her face was like devil red. There was this crazy wild look in her eyes. Her hair was like a rat's nest. And if the film The Shining had been around back then, she would have been a dead ringer for Jack Nicholson's twin sister. Now, I turned to look at Irving, just in time to see his backside scampering into his house through the garage. An admirable move. Just me and Mrs. Hamburger, and she's just screaming at the top of the lungs, "You terrible child! You pushed my son Douglas! Your parents are going to hear from me!" And I'm thinking, if my parents' windows were open, they'd be hearing from you in real time. It went on for like 3 or 4 minutes, felt like 20. And then as quick as the storm came in, back into the house. Now, I am pissed. And there's just 2 words just like swirling in my mind as I like raged myself back across the lake to my house. And I knew exactly what I was going to do. I put on my ice skates, I grabbed a snow shovel, and I skated back across the lake. So something you have to understand is a frozen lake with fresh snow on it, it's like a canvas just waiting to be written on. And I had a message for Mrs. Hamburger. I started at the far end of their property. Big property, all glass facing the lake. I put my shovel to the ice and I skated a 30-foot straight line. At the top, I made a 90-degree turn and I skated 20 feet. I went back to the middle of the first line and I skated a 15-foot line parallel with the 20-foot line. A beautiful black ice F, surrounded by bright white snow. I mean, the contrast was gorgeous. The next letter, the U, very gentle, and back up again. Also 30 foot tall. This was an all caps message. The C was really easy to make. The K took a little more time. I mean, you got to get the proportions correct. But it came out just right. I made a big space, and I started on my 30 foot tall Y. And then a beautiful O. I was so close to the end in that O, I just took a few victory skating laps around it, you know? And then I made another big U ending right at the end of their property. Felt good. I skated home. I was happy. I was filled with pride, I'm telling you. Got into my house, opened the back door. There's my mom. Hi, Mom. Mrs. Hamburger just called. I nodded. And then, to my surprise, my mom with this little smile on her face, she nodded back. It turns out my mom also had a beef with Mrs. Hamburger.
Keep it going for Adam.